Welcome to News Today, a PodNu service. Today is Saturday, March 19, 2022, Central European Time. On ABC's show, My So-Called Life, Jared Leto starred as Claire Danes' high school crush, Jordan Catalano, who was also Claire Danes' best friend. Her boyfriend Danes was the perfect bad boyfriend who made Angela Chase think about everything she did and said. Leto went on to win an Oscar for his work in Dallas Buyers Club in 2013, and he also became a rock star with his band 30 Seconds to Mars. The show only lasted one season, but it's been a part of pop culture since the 1990s. Leto is back on TV this week in the limited series WeCrashed for Apple TV+. She says that making the show felt more like making a movie than TV. The approach was the same. It was just much more material. It was like making 6 films. I loved it. I love the opportunity to live with a character a little bit longer. I love the challenge. It nearly broke me, but it was exactly what needed to happen, he said. During WeCrashed, we learn about the rise and fall of Adam Newman, Leto, who co-founded a company that rents out space to people who need it. It also tells the love story between Newman and his wife, Rebecca, played by Anne Hathaway, who won an Oscar for her work in the movie. Rebecca is a colorful person who has big dreams. She is also a yogi who thinks that manifesting dreams and feng shui can help you achieve your goals. Was the person in charge of WeWork's branding. She also started WeGrow, a school for kids who want to work in the same place as people who want to learn. For Leto to play Newman, he immersed himself in the role. He adopted a different way of walking, of talking, of laughing, an accent, a different range in my voice. That's a lot to juggle, said the actor. WeWork co-founder Miguel McKelvey is Kyle Marvin's character in the show. Marvin said that all of his interactions with Leto during the making of the show were done in character. From the very first day I met Jared, he would call me Miguel, even when we passed off stage or talked. It would always be Adam and Miguel. That was really fascinating because it sort of threw me into the right headspace. Leto says his approach isn't a method, but more immersive. I kind of reject the term method because it's just been so perverted. I mean, really, method was used to describe a certain school of acting, a certain approach. But it's become the default word to describe extreme approaches to acting or something that people think is weird. I love immersive work. I love to dive deep with character. I think it's really fascinating to work that way and rewarding. What was needed for this character was transformation, he said. This isn't the only thing Hathaway says. She says she and Leto stayed focused on their relationship while on set, but she stopped taking work home with her when she had a child. In between takes, there wasn't a lot of chit-chat. We would arrive on set and be hours and hours and hours in that zone, and then we would go home and just send each other a text. And just be like, a thumbs up, or something, she says. Newman was asked to resign as WeWork's CEO in 2019 by a group of investors because he spent too much money and acted erratically. There were also no plans for an initial public offering of stock. Rebecca shut down WeGrow, which was her favorite project. She wanted to teach its young students, who were as young as 2, how to be young entrepreneurs. She also wanted to teach them about the whole process of learning. Leto and Hathaway say they don't want to shame or judge their real-life counterparts, even though the couple has had a lot of problems in the public eye. When I read the pilot, I didn't know anything about WeWork, and so I googled Rebecca, and the media narrative is one that villainized her, she says. I quickly called creators Lee Eisenberg and Drew Crivello, and I said, "Are you trying to take somebody down? Because I have no interest in that." They said, "No, we're actually trying to do the opposite. We want to lean into how complicated she is." There is only compassion in Hathaway's heart for Rebecca Newman, says the author. I just don't want to drag anybody. I don't want to humiliate anybody. We need dreamers in this world. We need people who want to do good things, she says. I have thought a lot about this. Maybe I'm going out on a limb saying this, but I do think that her intentions were good. And I do think it must have been heartbreaking to realize that you didn't execute your good intentions in a way that you would have hoped.